Hey guys, what's going on? So, I haven't done a level up episode in a while, so that's what we're going to do today. And today we're going to talk about a few easy ways to make some passive gold while leveling up in Classic. We all know that the start of Classic can be a struggle for most people to make gold. We're constantly upgrading our spells, repairing items, and buying flight paths. So, any bit of extra gold will really help us out. A problem we run into, however, is often we don't really want to cut into our leveling time to farm gold. This means that we need to find efficient ways to make small amounts of money on the side. These tips will be really good for when you're leveling up. However, these tips are not very lucrative at max level, as there's many other ways to farm gold that are much more efficient. Okay, our first way is with Deadly Blunderbuss. This is an item that is needed for an Ashen Veil quest. It rewards you with some very nice blue gear, so many people do this quest. This item is very easy to make with engineering, and it costs very little to make as well. Often on fresh servers, you'll find these on sale on the auction house for somewhere around 40 to 60 silver. Now that doesn't sound like very much money, but in your mid 20s to early 30s, that can add up a lot if you think about how many people are going through this quest. Now, you're obviously going to have competition on the auction house, so you just want to make sure you're always on top of undercutting and making sure you're selling it for a good price. Now, this will get a lot of gold your way if you continue to keep these guns stocked on the auction house, as people are going to be buying them out every single day. Also, this is a good way for you to level up your engineering with the skill ups, so you're basically killing two birds with one stone. Okay, now let's talk about the Gyro Chronotron. This is an item that is used for a quest in the Badlands, which almost every single player is going to do this quest because it leads to one of the best trinkets in the game, Nifty Stopwatch. This quest is needed by every single player, so like I said, that item is constantly going to be being purchased on the auction house. Now, where do you get this item? Well, this item can be purchased from various engineering vendors across the World of Warcraft. However, most of them are in Alliance cities or are Alliance factioned vendors, so it is a little bit harder for Horde to get them, so the price on Horde side is even more. If you are able to buy these and they're on stock at the vendor, they sell for 30 silver, and you'll easily be able to sell them for 60 silver to 1 gold on the auction house, depending on how many are currently listed. So again, people need these and they're always going to be buying these. Next item we're going to talk about is Frost Oil. This requires alchemy, or it requires you to shuttle mats to an alchemist that can make the recipe and make the Frost Oil. Now, you can buy the recipe from Bro Kin in Alteric Valley, or Alteric Mountains, kind of a NPC pun name. And he's a goblin that is in the kind of the castle ruins with the ogres. So he's a little bit hard to get to. If you're stealth, it's very easy. If not, you can kind of sneak in there, maybe die a few times on your way in there as any other class. But going to him is worth your while. The recipe itself will sell well, and also the oil that can be created will sell well, because this oil again is needed for a quest, and it's the same quest chain in the Badlands that people will earn the Nifty Stopwatch. So they're going to need this Frost Oil and the gyros. So these both sell very well on the auction house and will continue to sell well as you level up. Okay, now moving away from quest rewards over to our other method, and this is chests and Gurubashi. So every 3 hours in Gurubashi Arena is a chest event. So if you loot this chest, you essentially loot 2 to 5 gold, depending on what items are within. Now, as most people are busy leveling at the start, you'll have a fairly easy time snatching up this chest. This chest is actually going to be even easier for you to pick up now as well because of the layering system, which I know we all hate, but thankfully it's gone within the first phase. So anyways, the layering system is going to make picking up this chest very easy. And the fact that most people are going to be busy leveling and not worried about this is also going to make it fairly easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new troll hunter. Now, why hunter? Well, hunter is the best at level 1 because you don't require mana to shoot your bow, and you're also ranged attack. So if there's any other level 1s there, hunter overall is what I have found to be the best class to try and kill the other level 1s. Now, we're going to run to Ratchet through the backside of Durotar at the Valley of Trials. We're actually going to go up past the area where shamans do their first totem quest, which is kind of called I believe it's called the Hidden Path. So as we make our way to Ratchet, we're going to take the boat to Booty Bay. Once we're in Booty Bay, we're going to run to Gurubashi. You are going to die once or twice. There's almost no chance to get past all these mobs unscathed. However, it takes maybe 1 or 2 deaths and you're there, so it's not too challenging. Now, once you're in Gurubashi, you're just going to log on every 3 hours, which is the midnight, 3, 6, 9, noon. Those are the times, basically. It's as easy as that, really. It's going to be some free, easy gold, which at the very beginning of the game is going to help you out tremendously in terms of getting large bags early on, training up your abilities, and just having some extra gold to be able to play with. Now, my one tip for Gurubashi is always log out on top of the arena, so actually around like the stadium area. You don't want to log out right on top of the chest, as when you log in, if there's any other like level 1s or people that are trying to contest for the chest, they're probably going to be there as well, and then you instantly get killed. It's better to kind of sit back, watch the action. If there's multiple people there, let them fight it out and then go in at the end. That's my one tip for you guys in terms of making Gurubashi a little easier. Obviously, as a level 1 or level 2, there's not much you can do if there's other players there, but this is one thing you can do, is kind of stay on the outskirts. Alright guys, I've saved the best for last. Now, I would say that Gurubashi is the best. However, just the fact that it's contested a lot of times by other players and it's a 3-hour cooldown makes it less than ideal and not very set in stone. You're not 100% sure you're going to get it every time, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is chests throughout the world. Now, high level chests drop some fairly good venerable stuff. You're either getting green items or you're getting some grays, and in general, those higher level chests, I'm talking things in the 45 plus level range, those chests are going to give you anywhere between 1 to 5 gold, depending on obviously the contents from within. Now, as this is going to be something I use at the very beginning of Classic, I don't want to spoil it for myself, obviously, so I'm going to be a little wishy-washy on the details. However, I highly recommend that you guys do some research on some of the databases around Classic DB or Wowhead, and you look up solid chests, large solid chests, things like that, and you find where these chests spawn, because there are some very, very good locations that are relatively safe. I'm talking safe enough that you can get a level 1 in there and loot this chest. And if you're able to do that and you're able to set yourself up early for success with these chests, then you can easily get yourself several gold every few hours, and it's just kind of a passive ways of earning gold. And especially because of how broken layering is, who knows if they fix layering by the time that Classic launches, guys. But the way layering is at the moment, you could easily have someone in your guild or a friend or something like that bop you around to different layers, and you could possibly get multiple chests from that same area, or you can be checking on different layers for different chests. Now, With all this said, like I said, I didn't give you the details exactly where these places are located, but if you just kind of think to yourself, think of, what would be a fairly short distance to run as a level 1 to a high level zone, and then that's kind of the most I'm gonna say, guys. Like I said, I don't want to give the details away. If you can kind of figure it out on your own, then great. But other than that, that is my one big tip. And hope you guys can use it come classic, and yeah, make some gold, earn some gold, and buy some bags, and be able to skill up your abilities and things like that without worrying so much about gold. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.